Okay, everybody, welcome back from that short little 5-minute break. I hope you got yourself some water, maybe took a little potty break, feeling ready to finish up strong. We have moved through a lot today. This last piece is just about gently bringing it all together. So quickly, we're going to take one breath. Feel your feet and feel your body and check back in. Make sure we are here and we are ready. So this last section is about integrating and moving forward. So coming to this workshop, leaving this workshop, the point of this workshop is not about that you change within the 6 hours that you're here. You're not going to change just like that. But the goal is that you can bring about small, sustainable shifts and bring that awareness that we felt today and that we've learned today and that we've noticed today, bring that awareness into our real life. So when you're at the store and you're flustered about whatever and you're feeling like you need to get to the gym because nobody's going to love you if you're overweight or you're having these thoughts, you can bring that awareness back to figure out, remind yourself what is the true belief behind that? Is nobody actually going to love you, or is that just something that you learned when you were younger? So I use that example because that's one that has gotten me and gotten me and got me over the years. So finally bringing that awareness to that of, hey, I'm already loved and I'm already enough. I can take my time at the grocery store. I can go to the gym tomorrow or I can go to the gym next week. Um, and then being able to reground. So again, you don't have to leave here with everything figured out. This is just about what feels real and what feels doable for you moving forward. So we're going to do a quick future self visualization. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if you'd like to. Orient yourself with your position, get comfortable. And take a few deep breaths. Let your shoulders fall back. And feel your body connecting with the surface below you. And I want you to imagine yourself a few months from now. So right now it's March. Imagine yourself in June, end of June. So almost July, summertime. Imagine yourself a few months from now. Think about how you feel more grounded, more connected to your body, and more trusting of yourself. How do you move? How do you speak? What feels different in your body? And what are you no longer tolerating? We're going to sit with these questions. How do you move? How do you speak? What feels different in your body? And what are you no longer tolerating? We're going to sit with that for a little bit. And if one of those questions is taking you on a journey, follow it. How do you move? How do you speak? What feels different in your body? And what are you no longer tolerating? And imagine this new version of you giving you a message. What message does this version of you have for you right now? And we're going to slowly come back. So take a few deep breaths. And start to move your fingers and your feet. You're going to slowly open your eyes and pick just one thing to look at first. So you can reorient yourself with the room. I want you to grab your journals down, grab your journals now, and write down the message. Write down the message that you received. And if anyone would like to share your message, we will do that in 2 minutes. 2 minutes to write down that message and decide if you want to share it or if you just want to sit with it and keep it. Okay, if anyone would like to share your message that you received from the future version of yourself, we will take some time to do that now. And now we're going to jump into our written reflection. So pull out your journals, a journal and something to write with. And the first thing I'd like you to write down is what stood out from that experience. What stood out to you about that future version of yourself? Okay, the next thing we're going to write is what felt different about this version of me? So, what felt different about that version of you that you saw in your meditation? And then the last question here is what is one shift I'm ready to begin now? And then the last question is an optional one of what support do I need? So if you want to write down what support do you need, maybe it's from a friend, maybe a spouse or a partner, maybe from a sibling or a parent. What support do you need? Okay, now we're going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes doing a brief sharing. So again, everything is optional. If you would not like to share, if you prefer to keep um, to sit with the stuff you just wrote, the prompt is, what is one thing you are taking with you from the workshop? So again, no pressure to participate. You don't need to share out loud. You can keep your thoughts and your feelings to yourself if you'd like. But if you'd like to share, I'm asking, what is one thing you are taking with you moving forward? So we would spend about 5 to 10 minutes doing that. And then we would shift to integration. Um, so a few key points as you guys take this stuff out into the world. I want you to remember that change happens through repetition. So everything you do, you have to do it over and over again before you actually see a change. Those small actions are going to matter way more than big intentions. And then just remember that self-trust builds through follow through. So if you say you're going to do something, please do it. That's something that I live by. I will die on that hill that in order to start to trust yourself, you have to follow through with the things that you say you're going to do. So, one thing I want you guys to do is name one boundary, one truth, and one practice that you would like to apply moving forward. Keep it small and real. You don't have to do everything, just something. So if you pick one boundary, pick one truth, pick one practice, or pick one of each, um, we're going to write those down in our journal. One boundary, one truth, and one practice. If you don't want to write it down and you just want to keep it in your brain, you can do that as well. I want to thank you all for coming today and for sharing this space with me. I know that showing up for yourself and putting in the work to reclaim your identity and return home to whoever it is that's been in there, that's been shunned or hidden from the world, um, they deserve to be noticed. And it's not always easy, and I appreciate you guys showing up for yourselves here with me in this space and creating this space for all of us to feel safe and to allow those those parts of us to be seen and to be heard and to be validated. I want you to remember that you are allowed to keep becoming who you are and that No matter what you felt today, whatever you experienced, it was all okay, and nothing that you experienced today was wrong. This is a process and it takes time and repetition and it takes work. So I appreciate you showing up today to do that work. I hope that you feel grateful for yourself and that you are proud of yourself for all the work that you've done so far, and give yourself the pat on the back that you deserve for showing up yet again another day to put in the hard work. We're going to take one more final grounding breath, and then we will follow with a written feedback form that I will hand out, and we will conclude the day like that. Thank you all for being here. Let's take one deep breath and exhale. Thank you. See you next time.